we'll tell you why the D in Big D now stands for deliberate. And then Tampa Tom talks and sounds the alarm. Are his Bucks too broken for even him to put back together? Those are the questions. We've got all the answers as we get up with you starting right now on a rainy Tuesday in New York. Delighted you are here. Graziano's here. Neek is hungry. We'll explain why. Saturday's got lots to cook, and we got a big man who's in need of security, or he's going to hand it out. Marcus Spears, the big swagoo, ready as well as we begin with Monday Night Football. Last night, game of the night. In this battle between the teams that met for the NFC Championship last year, Matthew Stafford, Jimmy Garoppolo in Santa Clara. First quarter, Niners down 3-0, first and 10. Neek, where's the defense?
On the sideline. Aaron Donald was out this play, and you can tell he went right where he used to be, 6 points.
Wilson, 32 yards for the score. And then, how about this play, Jeff, Saturday?
Jimmy G just delivering, baby. Put the ball in the perfect spot. Devo Samuel snatches out of the air and then goes for all Jimmy G. Give the man some credit.
51 yards of yak for Devo, 14-6. Jerry Rice loves it. You know, they always said Jerry had eyes in the back of his head. Oh. And maybe that's why he's got the glasses there. Under a minute to go. Stafford trying to answer back, but he was sacked, Jeff, 7 times last night.
Listen, relentless pressure. Again, 49ers, 48% pressure rate rushing forward. They blitzed last night and got home 4 times.
Fourth quarter, 14-9 San Francisco. Garoppolo, Kittle, touchdown to put it away, or is it Neek? Look at the toes.
It's a great pass by Garoppolo. I expect Kittle to be able to get these feet in because he's outstanding, but nope, not this time.
Just that close, but they kick a field goal, 17-9. Later in the quarter, Rams looking to respond, but hold on. That's Talanoa Hufanga, and he's going back the other way.
They're anticipation. That play is all about anticipation. The Rams were afraid to drop back, so they threw a lot of screens. So Hufanga was excited about the opportunity to get him 6.
Pressure sack. Stafford's just getting that thing out of his hand as fast as you can. Jump on it, go make it happen.
Niners up 24-9, so in theory it's a 2-score game, so Stafford is still out there late, and he gets the arm hit, and that's all she wrote. Again, Stafford sacked 7 times. Garoppolo throws for 239, and the Niners get revenge from the NFC Championship game last year. 24-9 the final, and so both these teams at 2-2. And if you look at Stafford's Rams, of course the defending Super Bowl champions, and the 2 losses they've had, both in standalone night games against the Bills and the Niners, Stafford has really struggled. Just the 1 touchdown, the 5 turnovers, 14 sacks. The only quarterback who's been sacked more in losses this year is Carson Wentz, and that's come in 3 defeats. So the Rams are struggling a bit on the offensive side. And so I asked the question this morning when we have the defending Super Bowl champs to watch last night, are the Rams in trouble, Jeff, Saturday?
Absolutely, they're in trouble. And listen, the offensive line is the main cause of their trouble. When you think about a team who can't protect Matthew Stafford, who again is a pocket passer, not a guy who's going to move around. When he's on a certain spot and you can't protect him against big time defenses, you're in trouble. Again, 7 sacks, 17 times pressured. They were all over him. And what happens? The pick you saw late, because you feel the pressure, you anticipate it, start to make bad decisions. This team is in trouble.
Marcus Spears, are the Rams in trouble?
Absolutely. One-dimensional as well. You think about how many times, I think Cooper Kupp got targeted 20 times last night.
Ooh.
Now, I know Cooper Kupp is phenomenal. Like, nobody on this set, nobody in the world is going to look at Cooper Kupp and say you don't need to get the guy the ball as much as you can. But I'm disappointed in Sean McVay. Like, you look at, you think about what Jeff just said, and what do you do to compensate for bad offensive line? Usually you lean into the run game and you try to spread the ball around. You can still throw the ball quick. You just don't throw it to Cooper Kupp every damn time. They need to figure out who else can help this offense from an explosive standpoint moving forward. If not, you're going to see the same problems every time you play against a formidable front.
Well, they don't have anybody to help them because, decisions have consequences, and nothing in life is free. And they decided last year and the years prior to that they're going to go all in. And when you go all in the future, you reduce your margin of error. So yeah, they need to find somebody to make these plays, but that guy ain't there. They went for Allen Robinson, and he is not able to get open like OBJ was last year. But yeah, this is kind of the result of the F them pick strategy. And I don't think that they have any regrets because they got a Super Bowl out of it. But this year, their margin of error is so slim because they don't have the capital to pursue other players.
Hey, Graziano, you've made that point repeatedly, and then it comes to the quarterback. It's his job now to elevate what he does have around him, and at least right now, Stafford, I'm not sure his arm is ready for him to do that.
I think his arm is okay. I don't think Matthew Stafford's the kind of quarterback that that elevates the group around him, right? I mean, those two buckets we talk about, the quarterbacks you win because of and quarterbacks you can win with, he pretty clearly falls into the second one. And the situation around him right now is not good. They are thin. They've been thin for years. Whenever you talk to people about the Rams going into a season, well, if a couple guys get hurt, they're in big trouble. It doesn't matter if you win the Super Bowl, but, it starts to show up here. The offensive line does look like a mess, and that's why he's 1, 2, 3, throw. And where's Cooper Kupp? And that's it. So the one thing I'll say, the Rams have shown, they showed last year especially, they're in season, they are willing and able to make moves to help fix their problems. So I don't know that they're necessarily going to be content with what's out there right now, but it's
but I don't know who
enough.
you're going to find who's out there. OBJ is the hope that he comes back and is the same version of himself. But these type of players that scare defenses, that's a problem. Like, I love Cooper Kupp. He's a great player. He can move the chains. But it was very clear that the 49ers and DeMeco Ryans were not afraid of Cooper Kupp breaking their defense. And that's why they were aggressive yesterday, because Allen Robinson hasn't been able to be that threat that's going to scare a defense into not blitzing the hell out of your
let's expand on the Sean McVay, because Swagoo said it as well. I was surprised that Sean McVay didn't have an answer for the blitz. Like, if you know that your offensive line has been, I think it was their fourth right guard, their third center, the left tackle has struggled. So why would you go in the game plan understanding DeMeco Ryans, he played chess last night, not checkers. He brings the blitz 14 times. They sacked you 4 of the 14. So obviously he saw a significant weakness. That McVay didn't have an answer.
He had an answer. It was that screen pass that went for 6 the other way.
I get you, but you understand what I'm saying. And again, if you're going to dial in and drill in on one player, your effectiveness goes down drastically.
And so, if the Cowboys, excuse me, but Marcus, let me get to the next point here, because I think this will take you right where you need to be, which is that if he just got sacked 7 times by the San Francisco 49ers, this is not about to get easier for Matthew Stafford. Because you know who's coming to town on Sunday. You know who's coming to town? Micah Parsons in the game.
Look at Swagoo got the glasses down
on Sunday, and Swagoo has got his ears pinned back. Speaking of the Cowboys, and our next stop is Dallas, where they're riding a 3-game winning streak behind their backup quarterback, Cooper Rush. Yesterday, Stephen Jones with an update on Dak Prescott, who continues to recover from a right thumb injury. Give a listen.
At the end of the day, this is all about when he thinks he can go. And when he thinks that he can throw the football at a level that we need him to throw it at to have success and win football games. And certainly you feel better about it, when he's not ready yet, that we've been able to have these wins. All his teammates have stepped up and done their part to win 3 football games, and I'm sure it helps everybody. It helps Dak not, do something that he knows he may not be quite ready yet to go.
All right, and so that is where I wanted my beloved former Cowboy Marcus Spears. In this world in which all of a sudden Cooper Rush has won 3 straight games, how much does the success of Cooper Rush impact just how good Dak Prescott's thumb actually feels?
Man, listen, I think, one, Dak wants to get back, and I'm not going to get into the talk. He's making 40 M's a year. He's going to be starting when he get back. But it definitely buys time, G. Like, we all know, Neek and Jeff sitting up there, we all know players rush back, especially when you play an integral part of what your team does when you may not actually be ready. So the fact that Cooper Rush has been able to do what he's been doing and keeping this offense moving, and also seeing this offense continue to get a little bit better each and every game. Now, it's coming. The competition is about to step up, and I'm sure Dak is looking at 2 weeks from now when the Philadelphia Eagles play the Dallas Cowboys, and he's saying to himself, I got to be back for then, because this might not be the same rodeo as we've been in these past 3 games on this winning streak. But Cooper Rush has done a phenomenal job. I think most importantly, coming off of talking about Sean McVay, Kellen Moore has done a phenomenal job with his offense. And it seems to me that they've opened this playbook up a little bit more and kind of stayed creative, but also stayed within Cooper Rush's wheelhouse. And I think that gives Dak a little bit of time before he returns, but I'm sure it'll be no later than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, I know one thing jumped off to me. It was this smile that my man Swagoo was trying to hide behind when that question of